Yeah, that's too bad. And the crazy carjackings going on. Crazy world.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's why it's so great to have Rotary. Because we are a wonderful, positive world. Good morning. Welcome to the Rotary Club of St. Albert morning Zoom meeting, number 1510 on June 18th, 2021. I'm your happy host president, Mark Dixon, and I give a big shout out to our executive members present, board members present, Rotarians, guests, special guests, teachers, small children eating cereal. It's a wonderful day. Please rise for the singing of "O Canada."
Everybody.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all of us command. Ako plasiko Pilipina, isepok nilakwa, oniswari kinibobia, ipivios glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
Whoa, how was that?
Slow version. Larry Johnson would have said it's a march.
How very appropriate. Thanks for that, Bob. Our land acknowledgement this morning, we respectfully acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, traditional lands of First Nations and Métis peoples. As treaty people, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, we share the responsibility for the stewardship of this beautiful land. And our inspirational moment this morning is brought to us by Alan Murdoch. Alan, if you would, please. You're on mute, Alan. You're on Alan mute.
Good morning. This morning we add substantively to the history of Rotary, St. Albert, and the world. It is President Mark's last official occasion as chair of the long-standing and august Friday meetings of this body of voluntary citizens. Today's date, June the 18th, is also notable in world history for another occasion. It was on this day in 1815 that General Arthur Wellesley led 67,000 British and Prussian soldiers against an army of 74,000 commanded by Napoleon Bonaparte in the waterlogged fields of Waterloo, and emerged victorious with a new title, the Duke of Wellington. Known for his strategic skills in battle, the Duke was also famous for firing numerous chefs because of their failure to satisfy his demanding palate, until an inspired Cornishman presented him with a modified Cornish pasty, comprising of a chunk of fried beef wrapped in puffed up pastry and roasted to a color and shape that the Duke pronounced especially appetizing as it was reminiscent of his boots. And so we have the famous beef Wellington. And thus we shall move on after this meeting to enjoy the victuals at our upcoming changeover dinner, when we shall say fare thee well in a general way to our president, the Mark of Dixon.
Thank you, Alan.
That was awesome, Alan.
So much appreciated. Tasted like his boot. I'm taking that one.
I'm having beef Wellington tonight.
Introduction of guests, and we have quite a few this morning. Who would like to start?
Can I jump in, please? I'd like to introduce Lynn Kazari. Lynn is a program support person with Inclusion Alberta. Works closely with Natalia and also with my daughter Jill. So welcome, Lynn.
Wonderful. Welcome, Lynn. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Mark.
Ash?
It's my pleasure to introduce the principal of Lorne Aikens Junior High School, Graham Jackson, and our fabulous teacher of the month, Jennifer Serrano.
Thank you, Ash. Good morning and welcome.
Mark, we have our presenter here, Ashley Morgan, and Kathy will introduce her in a few moments here.
Wonderful.
Welcome, Ashley.
Welcome, Ashley.
Morning.
And President Mark, I'd like to once again welcome our good friend Rahim Jamani, who's on the call this morning. Rahim, welcome.
Welcome, Rahim.
Thank you.
Have we covered everyone off other than Natalia is here this morning. Good morning, Natalia. Welcome.
And David Dooley's children.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, time to introduce them.
There seems to be a few of those, Alan. There's I heard three here so far. There's more to come.
There's more coming.
So with that, how about we welcome them all with the welcome song.
Welcome to Rotary, glad you are here. Shake your hands and share a friendly cheer. Whether from near, whether from far, we're glad you came and you will like our little song. Without us, St. Albert, and you agree. Our club enjoys from great camaraderie. So we'll do again to help our community with our friends at Rotary. With our friends at Rotary.
Lovely. Nicely done. Once we'll do it. And now, very pleased to go into the Teacher of the Month. Ash, if you could do the initial introduction, please.
President Mark and fellow Rotarians, it's my pleasure to introduce again the principal of Lorne Aikens Junior High, Graham Jackson. Graham, it's all yours.
Thanks so much, Ash. And thank you, everyone. I am so grateful for just this minute to speak about one of our community members and someone that we're really, really fortunate to have working in our building. And I don't know whether you saw the letter that I wrote, but I would like to read it for a couple of reasons. And sorry, Jen, I'll be short as relative to how short works for me. But it was really important, I think, when I wrote the letter, I captured my feelings about what this person has done for our students and our community and the adults in the building. And I wanted her to hear it in my voice, and I wanted to share it in form. So thank you so much, first of all, for allowing us to have this venue and for us to talk about what is really, I think, deeply important to the work that we do here for young people. So Jen, and those of you that can't make Jen feel uncomfortable by being present with her, would just stare at her and she won't know the difference. So thank you for doing that. Jen, thank you The St. Albert Teacher of the Month for Lauren Aikens is Miss Jennifer Soriano. Miss Soriano truly embodies the Gator spirit. She's only been a Gator for 1 year and has become a significant contributor to our teaching partners and to our community in making the school the amazing place it is today. Miss Soriano's gentle demeanor and easygoing disposition has made her an essential support during such complicated times. She's a master communicator, purposeful in action, and full of self-awareness and service. Her clear dedication to these principles through her practice in our school has made her an exemplar to many, and including me. Ms. Soriano has always demonstrated a confident, insightful, and mutually respectful approach in all of her interactions. She's been willing to dedicate a great deal of time behind the scenes leadership, and she's really not interested in recognition, but her labor is focused on leading for change. Jen is a hard worker, a constant listener, and committed to the growth and development of others. Anyone she interacts with feels safe and is ready to take risks and engage with the task at hand. As a counselor, she's created spaces to help our students overcome and persevere to surpass even their own expectations. Her dedication to her craft is also a reflection of her personal expectations. That is, she exemplifies excellence, she stands as a leader, and takes care to be an example to her students and colleagues. Jen's true joy for life shows, and we're lucky to have such a wonderful person in our school. I'd be willing to work with Jen anytime, anywhere. I'm pleased and confident to recommend Ms. Soriano as the perfect candidate for Teacher of the Month. I'd like to congratulate a wonderful teacher, an amazing mother, an outstanding counselor, and truly a professional colleague. Thank you, and I appreciate all you do, Jen. And that's where I stop talking.
Nice.
Well, that's fantastic, Graham. Thanks for that great introduction. You guys hear me okay?
Yes.
We can hear you, Doug.
Fabulous. So, hey, Jen, nice to see you. Congratulations. It's always so fantastic when Staples and the Gazette and the Rotary Club get to acknowledge all your hard work. And listening to Dr. Graham Jackson's commentary on you, a few things stuck out to me is, of course, you being a community member, gentle demeanor, which is something that, you really need in the schools nowadays, a master communicator, dedicated to your profession, leading for change, I think is fantastic, and growth of personal development to others. And we see that time and time again with our teachers of the St. Albert area and their commitment to others. And it's really quite overwhelming to see what you put in. So I want to congratulate you on what you do. And with Graham leaving, I'm sure that the school's in good hands with you being there, Jen. So, hey, you got a bag there of goodies, do you?
Yeah, I do.
And let's have a look at that plaque.
It's almost as big as me.
Yeah. Well, we go big, go home. That's our new tagline. And, it's not always easy, but we'll go big. So let's have a look at the plaque. You got the plaque handy there? We'll start with that. I promised
not to peek ahead of time, and I actually didn't. So
you didn't? Oh, you didn't even unwrap it.
I had orders, and I follow orders normally.
I told Graham you could open the plaque, but nothing else, because I want to make sure it's all there. Let's have a look at this fine plaque that's been produced by your good friends at Staples here. It's almost done there. Isn't that a sight of beauty? Congratulations. So you can hang that on your wall, and every time I come into the school, you can show it to me and tell me how fantastic of a job I did, because that's how I roll. Now let's dig into that bag a little bit and see what else you got. Let's pull a few things out of there. You should have all kinds of swag. And what do you got there?
Oh my.
Nice. Ooh, that's a nice speaker, I believe. Wow. See, we really upgrade the products when it comes to these folks. A nice drinking cup that'll serve you well on those cold winter Alberta nights. Nice. Let's see what else you got in there. Probably be another drinking cup. Well, that's funny, eh? Teachers and drinking cups. I don't know why it goes so well. And look at that, some books. Now, Jen, why don't you reach in there? There should be a white envelope in that bag somewhere. Why don't you pull that on out? Let's see what's in that bag.
It's true. We teachers do a lot of drinking. That's fair.
Excellent. Okay, let's rip that open, Ella Karnak. Let's see what you got there. Oh my God, what is that? Oh, it's a gift card, and what's it say on the back of it? Maybe nothing. $100 of Staples gift card. Fantastic. Hey, you know, I don't know if Graham shared with you, there's also the friends and family thing going on this weekend. So if you bring that down, you'll save an extra 15%. Just awesome. A little bit of a push there. Hey, Jen, on behalf of the Rotary, the St. Albert Gazette, and of course your friends at Staples, we want to thank you for all you do for the community. It's truly an amazing feat, and our children are in good hands with folks like yourselves. So ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, fellows Rotarians, our Teacher of the Month for June, Jennifer Siriano. Jen, would you like to say a few words?
Oh, well, usually I'm pretty shy about that, but I'll just, I really appreciate the chance to be here. I've been in the school district since 2002, and I've always loved it. I was always wanting to be in the school district after I graduated, and I was really lucky to be able to. And I landed in this school this year, not knowing what to expect my first year in junior high. And it will be really hard for them to ever get me to leave now. I like it a lot. So I really appreciate all the support that I've had this year, and such an amazing, cool staff. And it's such a really cool age. So for me, it's just been a really good experience, and I'm glad I didn't ruin it. So yeah, so I'm appreciative of the support of everyone around me. And I am feeling glad that the things that I'm doing sound like they're supporting the people as well.
Well, you definitely do that and so much more. So ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Siriano, have an awesome day. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Jen. Congratulations again. Thank you for all that you do. And thank you, Doug from Staples, for all your great work. Appreciate it. And there's a certificate for Jen. We have a special sideshow this morning. We're going to go live to the Rotary Gang over at 310 Circle Drive and do the 50-50 draw from the raffle. Are you hearing us, Rotary Gang? Woo!
We're good.
Whoa. Oh, they've been drinking already. Hey, is that Irini, Executive Director from SAFE? Hey, Irini, nice to see you.
All right. As you can see, for recording purposes, we have a bag of 50-50 tickets. 3,000 of them.
Woo!
Empty bag. All right, let me come up here.
Did you sanitize your hands?
Yes.
Oh, transparent.
Furthermore.
Come on, come on.
Tickets.
Yes.
Oh.
Do I read the ticket number?
Sure, no, just read the name.
Okay. It's Nora.
It's Nora. We have her phone number.
Yes.
719-7315.
Everybody call her now.
Hold her number.
Thank
you. You know what, Irini? I didn't pick my ticket.
Outstanding. Thank you.
That would have been a conflict of interest.
She's
How
got
much
here,
is
log
it?
in.
How much is it?
$7,500.
Whoa. So great. And we'll have an update on the Rib Fest later on in the meeting. But without further ado, let's go to our guest speaker. And Kathy, if you wouldn't mind doing the introduction, please.
Sure, I can. I'm not even sure Ashley was aware that I'm in this club or that I was going to introduce her. So good morning, Ashley. So nice of you to join us. So I asked Dari if I could introduce Ashley because Ashley is Executive Officer, Marketing, Communication and Strategy with the Alberta Urban Municipalities Association. And I've been sitting on the board of the AUMA for 6 years now and vice president for a couple. So I was pretty excited to see that she was coming. So here is her bio. Ashley is responsible for leading multiple departments to drive corporate strategy, innovation, marketing, communications, program management, and governance. She has over 10 years of experience managing complex change management initiatives and a variety of programs and projects, including new business development, operational improvements, software implementation, and procurement. Ashley completed her master's in business admin from the U of A and is also a certified project manager professional. She enjoys spending time with her young family, being active in the community by sitting on the board of directors for the Primrose Family Center. So Ashley, it's now your duty to explain what the hell we do over at AUMA. So take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kathy. Yeah, I heard that you were a part of the Rotary Club, but I didn't know that you'd be at this meeting, and I didn't know that you were going to introduce me. So thank you so much. And thank you everyone for having me here today. What a wonderful way to start off a Friday in such a positive manner with friends and community builders of St. Albert. So my presentation today, we're going to talk about AUMA and 3 ways that we're making Alberta a better place. So what am I going to talk about? I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about me. What is AUMA? And then I'll talk about those 3 ways that we're making Alberta a better place through principled local democracy, greater economic resiliency, and a greener future. And what I'm also doing throughout kind of the presentation is I have a couple of municipal trivia questions sprinkled throughout. So I'm going to ask a couple questions, and then they're multiple choice. And then if you guys can put the answers in the chat, then yeah, we'll have a little bit of fun this morning. Just going to make sure I can see the chat here. Okay, we're good to go. All right. So a little bit about me. Kathy said a little bit about me, but I'll dig into it a little bit more. So I was born in Edmonton. Right now I live in King Edward Park in Edmonton, right kind of by Bonnie Doon Mall with my young family. And I started at AUMA 13 years ago. So time flies when you're having fun. This picture here is actually one of the earlier pictures, I guess, of me at AUMA. And at the time, AUMA, we had a large house that was on Saskatchewan Drive, so kind of by the University of Alberta. And office space at the time was a hot commodity. So I was very lucky at AUMA to have an office. And this office right here is actually a closet that got transitioned to an office. So it's actually a 30 square foot closet that I'm in right now. You can't see from the picture, but right behind me is my little filing cabinet. And then in front of me, I did have a small little window looking out kind of on the main floor of the building. But yeah, of that building way back in the day. We've moved to a larger location. AUMA has been growing quite a bit over the last 13 years. So now we have a space closer to the provincial archives on the southeast side of the city. A little bit about me. So I do, and this is a pre-COVID picture. I'm very lucky I have an all-star team. So that's a picture of the team. We're responsible for quite a few things for the organization. So marketing and communications, events, we hold member events, and I'll get to kind of more what AUMA is about in the next slide. So we hold lots of member events throughout the year. We're also responsible for strategic planning. So when you think of, and I'm not going to go into kind of too much detail of all the different boards and committees that make up AUMA, but when we think of strategic planning, we do have 5 boards and 5 strategic plans with those boards. We also handle governance. So with those 5 boards, we also have 13 committees. And so my area and my team manages the administration around that. So we have about 80 meetings per year. So we manage the agenda compilation and the meeting logistics. Also in charge of corporate project management. So a couple of major projects that we're doing are software implementations within our business lines, also responsible for growth and innovation. I'm very grateful because as I just said, I've been with AUMA for 13 years. I learn something new every day. And yeah, I'm just very lucky to be part of such a great organization. The only thing that's been very interesting for me is throughout my time at AUMA, I've always had very long titles. So I started off as Shared Services Research Assistant, then I moved to Senior Director Projects and Corporate Planning, and now Executive Officer of Marketing, Communications and Strategy. So I've always had a long title as I've been with AUMA, but it's been a great experience. All right, so what is AUMA? We were established in 1905. We represent 263 Alberta municipalities. So these are cities, towns, villages, and summer villages. And when you think of the population that makes up our membership, it's actually where 85% of Albertans live. So we are passionate advocates of the municipal voice. We represent our members to various levels of government to make sure the municipal voice is heard. This picture again is pre-COVID. We have about 100 staff, so you can see them there on screen. The staff are extremely energized by helping community builders. So our members are, like I said, city, towns, villages, and summer villages, elected officials and administrators within those. So we as administrators at AUMA get a lot of energy and passion by helping the community builders throughout Alberta. So this is a picture. I think it was, like I said, pre-COVID. This was a 2019 Christmas party. We were having a bad sweater Christmas party competition. I'm right there in the front. I thought I would win this competition, but unfortunately I didn't win. Maybe next year if we're lucky to have an in-person event for a Christmas party. All right, so continuing on, what is AUMA? So we are member driven, like I mentioned, very focused on delivering the needs of our members and going the direction that our members would like us to go. So we're governed by a board of directors who are municipal mayors and councillors. So right in the center there is our current mayor, Barry Morishita, and Kathy Heron is our vice president, a member of our executive committee right there. Again, this is a pre-COVID picture. Just wanted to kind of show you some members of our board. So AUMA, we also own, we have a wholly owned subsidiary called AMSC, Alberta Municipal Services Corporation. And this corporation supplies business services to municipalities and nonprofits. So we provide insurance, benefits, energy, and retirement services. Those are our key business lines. We offer other business lines, but these are kind of our core business lines. So as an example, we insure, the City of Grand Prairie's Town Hall. When you think of our insurance program and all of the property and contents within it, it actually covers $11 billion of property and contents. We have a benefits program where we have, I think, 14,000 members of our benefits program. So we provide benefits, as an example, to the City of Wetaskiwin and the employees at the City of Wetaskiwin. We supply energy services. So we purchase energy on an aggregated basis to get a lower rate for municipalities. And we also offer retirement services. So we have 5 different retirement services, 3 pension plans, and 2 savings plans. So when you think of our business services, we do serve over 300 municipalities and 700 nonprofits through these business services. And what these business services help us to do is really focus on our member needs and provide tailored solutions to nonprofits and municipalities, and not focused on profits and focused on delivering good services to our members. And whatever profits we do make, we use it to help fund our advocacy services. So on our advocacy side, to make sure our municipal voice is heard to the various levels of government, but also to have events, develop educational tools and toolkits that help municipalities build thriving communities. So at a very, very high level, that's what AUMA does. I'm going to move on to our first trivia question. So I'll read it out. And then, like I said, if you guys can kind of put your guesses in the chat, that would be great. Which municipality is Canada's sunniest city with 333 average sunshine days a year? A, Grand Prairie, B, Drumheller, C, Calgary, or D, St. Albert? Just looking in the chat here. Oh, there's some nice comments. That's so nice. Okay. Some St. Alberts. All right. Okay, the actual answer is C, Calgary. So Calgary has over 333 average sunshine days a year. Got a boo in the chat. St. Albert's great too. St. Albert's great too. So what I want to talk about next is the one of the three ways that we're making Alberta a better place. And for AUMA, we do a lot more. I just thought that these three ways, you know, would be the top that I think that you guys would appreciate learning about. So the first one that I want to talk about is principled local democracy. So we're helping to make Alberta a better place through principled local democracy. And this is a member-driven campaign. So what we're doing right now is we have a pledge that we are encouraging candidates that are running for this upcoming municipal election to take. So this came out, and this was driven by our members who voted overwhelmingly in favor of these principles. And there's a few reasons why these principles were chosen. So in recent years, our members have expressed concern about receiving mean-spirited or disrespectful and personal attacks on fellow candidates. And so as an association that represents municipal leaders throughout Alberta, we believe we have the responsibility to push back against the tide of negativity in political discourse and to stand for constructive dialogue on challenges that communities are facing. So this pledge for candidates consists of 4 components. So the first one is keeping elections local. So there's several referendums. I think there might actually just be one that they're talking about right now that are unrelated to municipal issues that will be on the ballot. And this can potentially distract voters from speaking about local issues. So this principle is encouraging candidates to keep focusing discussions on municipal issues and issues that municipalities can control. The second principle is staying nonpartisan. So maintaining independence and nonpartisanship, we believe AUMA candidates have the duty to the welfare of the municipality they may be elected to serve and should put that accountability to the voters above any other political affiliation that they may have to a political party. The third one is demonstrating transparency. So municipalities are actually the most transparent level of government. Their council meetings are broadcast in public. Budgets are debated in public. Their financial statements are either on their website, and if not, it's required from the government of Alberta to post financial statements. So that transparency is a key principle when it comes to municipalities and municipal democracy. So this principle our members hold very high. And so this principle means that for candidates running in this upcoming municipal election to disclose the funding that they receive as part of their campaign. So right now, when it comes to the rules, you do have to disclose the financial contributions, but after the election, where this principle and one of the things that we're encouraging as part of taking the pledge is disclosing that ahead of time so voters can have access to that information. And lastly, the fourth principle is engaging in respectful behavior. So we've heard stories from our members who've experienced very negative situations where other candidates and citizens are being disrespectful or toxic. And the concern with our members is this might prevent people from choosing to run and provide service to municipalities, which is not what we want. We want to encourage as many people, as many community builders as possible that want to passionately serve their community to do so. So respectful dialogue enables productive solutions, and disagreement with candidates running against each other should constructively focus on the issues rather than personal attacks. So so far the campaign has had a lot of success on social media. Like I've mentioned before, this is a member-driven peer-to-peer campaign. AUMA or the municipality is not responsible for enforcing this pledge. It's more so that the candidates want to take the pledge, and voters ask candidates and are responsible to ultimately enforce this pledge. So each candidate can decide whether or not they wish to take the pledge and commit to the democratic principles. And it's very good to see the amount of candidates that have taken the pledge. On the left-hand side, we have some, just as an example, a couple of Edmonton City Councillors that have already taken the pledge. We've had members of our executive committee talk on the Jesperson show about the pledge and the importance of the pledge. So it's a really nice, positive, peer-to-peer campaign that AUMA is doing. And we're doing it because it was been driven by the direction from our members, which is really great. So as voters, you know, when people come door knocking, feel free to ask them if they've taken the pledge, or you can talk to them about some of the principles that I just walked through. All right, time for trivia again. So the longest beaver dam in the world is in A, Elk Island National Park, B, Jasper National Park, C, Wood Buffalo National Park, or D, Banff National Park. Does anyone know the answer to this question? Okay, here we go in the chat. I'll just give it a couple more seconds. Okay. Quite a few people knew the answer to this question. Yes, the answer is C, so Wood Buffalo National Park. So this beaver dam is actually 850 meters long. It is more than twice the length of the Hoover Dam, and it actually can be seen from space. All right, so the second kind of way AUMA is making Alberta a better place is greater economic resiliency. So we recently created a task force to address the impacts of COVID-19 and low oil prices. And this task force consisted of mayors and councillors from all around Alberta, as well as a variety of experts, such as experts from the University of Alberta, the president of the Economic Developers Association of Alberta, as well as the president of the Alberta Chamber of Commerce. And the task force actually released a report in March, and the report basically had recommended actions to address 3 deliverables. So the 3 deliverables, one of them is recommendations on how municipalities can help build a more resilient Alberta economy through collaboration at the regional level. So there's actually already a couple of great examples of collaboration at the regional level, such as City of St. Albert and City of Edmonton and surrounding municipalities working together on regional transit solutions. The Edmonton area region, a few municipalities around there are implementing a hydrogen hub to produce and distribute hydrogen. And also too, there's lots of opportunities to work with other levels of government. So number 2 is develop a platform to share promising practices to support economic resiliency, including partnering with various stakeholders, like I mentioned, the Economic Developers Association, Government of Alberta, federal government, the Chambers of Commerce, etc., to look at best practices and reduce red tape that impact local decisions at the municipal level. And the third recommendation as part of this report is develop recommendations on innovative solutions to support local businesses, such as piloting new technologies and providing open data portals for economic development opportunities, looking for ways that municipalities can help local business. So I know, lots of municipalities have really had to be innovative and have had to pivot as a result of COVID-19. As an example, many municipalities reduced the application requirement to open up outdoor patios to allow those restaurants to open outdoor patios in a quicker manner. Another municipality is actually providing local businesses with tables and chairs to also help them open patios and open their restaurants. And quite a few municipalities are helping provide businesses and restaurants with an online platform to support local businesses. Another municipality is actually partnering a digital content and digital marketing specialist with new businesses. So they're already coming up with really great innovative solutions on this. And this topic is going to continue. This is of extreme importance for our members. And so what we're going to do is we actually are going to have a permanent standing committee on this. So stay tuned, through your municipality or through AUMA about coming up with more innovative solutions and implementations for greater economic resiliency moving forward. All right. Another trivia before we move on to the third way we're making Alberta a better place. I found this one really interesting. A mysterious, decades-old underground tunnel thought to have been used for a bank robbery in 1918 to 1920 was recently discovered in A, Stony Plain, B, Medicine Hat, C, Hannah, or D, Banff. Okay, so I'm saying Stony Plain and Hannah. Any other guess? All right. Okay, well, the answer was A, Stony Plain. So last August, construction crews working kind of on the town's main street unearthed a tunnel that was carved out with hand tools. And the tunnel leads to a building that used to house a bank. And the mayor of Stony Plain says that the town's best guess is somebody tried to rob the bank and they got in because there's been a replacement of concrete on the outside basement wall showing that there was a breach. Okay, so the third way AUMA is making Alberta a better place is through promoting a greener economy. So this is a very exciting program that's just in the process of being launched. So this is our Clean Energy Improvement Program. We love acronyms at AUMA. We have a lot of acronyms. This program allows property owners to install energy efficient solutions and finance it through property taxes. This program has been used in the United States and it is quite successful. There's also quite a few municipalities out east that are using this program. So the ones in the United States, 50 municipal programs equaled an $8 billion investment over the last 10 years, which is great news. One of the things that's unique about this program and why it's developed to really encourage and provide more of an opportunity for people to install green solutions on their properties is because it's tied to the property and not the property owner. So the financing that's required is tied and paid through property taxes. So our role with this, our AUMA role, is we support municipalities through the program development and the program implementation of this. So St. Albert is currently passed a bylaw for this program, which is very exciting. Bylaw was passed on May 17th, 2021. We're currently working, AUMA is currently working with the City of St. Albert on finalizing the program details. And there's a lot of benefits for the program for the city. So stimulating job growth, addressing climate and sustainability goals. So lots of benefits for the city, but there's also benefits for the resident. So in terms of kind of the benefits and why this program is really focused on encouraging or reducing challenges to install green solutions, there's competitive terms, so long repayment periods up to 25 years. The program also has competitive interest rates. One thing that I found interesting about this program is they do provide technical assistance, meaning that someone goes to the residents and does an analysis and then recommends the most cost-effective and efficient opportunity to reduce energy consumptions. Also, the contractors in this program are approved and high-quality contractors. Another benefit is loan transferability. So like I mentioned before, the financing is tied to the property. So a lot of times they're households, when they want to implement green technology, one of the concerns is they may move and they invest in these solar panels, and they end up moving 5 years after they install them. With this, the financing is tied to the property taxes, so that reduces that risk. And what we found from other programs is the buyers of the house really appreciate the additional solutions that have been added to their property, and sometimes can be seen as a selling feature to these properties. So examples of things that can be used. I wish we had this program in Edmonton when we install our solar panels. Solar panels, like I said, are an example. On-demand hot water heater, furnace, insulation, basically anything to reduce energy consumption and is affixed to the property. So this, this is a really new program that AUMA is involved in, Clean Energy Improvement Program. And this slide just shows kind of who we're working with right now in terms of program design: Grand Prairie, Edmonton, St. Albert, and then the ones that have passed bylaws: Rocky Mountain House, Devon, Leduc, Canmore, and Okotoks. So, and the hope is that more municipalities will join on as well, because this is a great program, and I think residents really appreciate it. All right, last question for my presentation. Which municipality was voted #1 best small city to live in Canada by Money Sense magazine in 2016? A, St. Albert, B, Red Deer, C, Spruce Grove, or D, Lloydminster? I'm smiling because all the comments in the chat are right. Yes, it was St. Albert. St. Albert received that wonderful accolade, best small city to live in Canada. So that's it for me. I hope that you learned something new, learned about AUMA, and enjoyed the trivia. Ways to connect. I do love talking about AUMA and municipalities. If you want to learn more or want to connect, feel free to LinkedIn me. Always looking for connections and conversation. If you kind of want to learn about AUMA corporately, you can go to and all of the different programs we have. I said 3 today. We have many ways that we help Alberta and Alberta communities. You can go to our website and subscribe to our digest. And the last thing that I'll mention is I do know there's a lot of business owners as part of the St. Albert Rotary Club. So I just wanted to mention that if you target municipalities and municipal elected officials and administration for your services, you might want to consider connecting with us for potentially coming at a trade show for a convention. We're hoping, restrictions pending, that we will have our convention in November in person in Edmonton. There's going to be about 1,700 municipal elected officials and leaders there, and we have a fantastic trade show. So if you do want to promote your business to that target market, reach out to us and we can provide more information. And I think that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for having me this morning.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley. Are there any questions for Ashley, who is Executive Director of MCS at AUMA?
President Mark?
Bob?
I'd like to thank Ashley, great presentation, and should mention for benefit of this club that I sit on the steering committee of the Rotary Employment Partnership along with Andre Chua, and through and AUMA has supported our program for the past 3 years by hiring an administrative assistant through this program through the efforts of Jeff Simpson, who also sits on the steering committee. So Ashley, thank you very much for that great presentation, and thanks for your support of the Rotary Employment Partnership.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Other questions for Ashley? I have to say it was nice of you, Ashley, to add in the trivia questions, because at this time of the morning, sometimes we have trouble focusing and maintaining our attention. So that helped a lot. Alan, you have your hand up.
I just wanted to know when you can deliver a new water heater to my house.
Speak for yourself, Mr. Dixon.
Alan wants to know when you can deliver a new water heater to his house.
Oh yeah. once it rolls out, Alan, definitely for the SEEP program, keep that in mind. I personally won't be delivering it, but it's a good idea.
I just wanted to clarify that we actually have passed our SEEP bylaw, Ashley. We just did it. Yeah, we did it. So we're very excited about it. Yeah.
Great. Great news.
Nicely done. Wow. I guess you were very thorough, Ashley. So thank you again so much for your presentation. It's apparent why you are the Executive Officer of Marketing, Communications, and Strategy. So thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for the work that AUMA does. And as a thank you for your presentation at our meeting today, we will be making a donation in your name to the Rotary International Polio Plus program, a worldwide program focused on polio eradication. We will get this certificate to you after the meeting, as well as a link to this meeting recording if you'd like to share that with anyone. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. This is so nice.
Some quick reports and announcements this morning. Sandra, do you want to speak to this one?
I could. I'll wait for the picture to go. Oh, so lost the picture. There we go. So as we talked about before, these note cards are based on the 25th anniversary mosaic project that was done by Louis Lavoie. So we actually own the rights to this image. So we have done a bunch of note cards. We are currently using them in community services as part of our Hearts for Seniors program that we're running, but they are available for sale. It's a great little Rotary image, as well as a reference to St. Albert, because so many of the pictures of the tiles are St. Albert landmarks or referencing St. Albert. They're 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square. They come with envelopes. It's a high quality gloss print note card, beautiful, put together for us by Staples. So thank you very much, Doug. And we are selling them. Packages of 20 for $20. So they're blank inside. You can use them for anything. Birthdays, anniversaries, quick little note, thanks. But if you're interested in them, please just drop me an email. We are accepting e-transfer to Laszlo, and we can arrange to get those to you or picked up if you'd like some. I think that's it, Mark.
Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate you coordinating that project. And I picked up my supply yesterday. Amazing quality. I sent a note to myself and I appreciated it so much. I don't know if you saw this, but we had a Rib Fest this past weekend. Do we have Adrian there to give us some highlights?
Yeah, I'm here, Mark. Yeah, so Ribfest was really good. It was a great turnout. So we just got the official numbers in from the ribbers, and apparently they had served just over 2,800 vehicles, so about 2,800 vehicles, which is right in line with our expectations, which is amazing. Again, I'd like to thank all the volunteers and you know, the diehards that were out there long hours helping get it done. It was a really quick turnaround from the start of organizing it to completing it. But it was a very successful event. We're still kind of waiting for, we've had invoices trickling in, but by all accounts, we should probably be able to profit close to $30,000 for the club off of that event. So again, really successful. Looking forward to doing it again next year. And just to note, we do have 800 of the raffle tickets left to sell, and we have till we have until August 1st to do it. So that'll still add to the revenue for that event. so if you have the opportunity to grab some tickets from Laszlo and sell them, that would be greatly appreciated. Or if you find some available. That's it.
Adrian, is there a link or an online option for purchasing those raffle tickets, or do they have to be done in person?
They have to be done in person at this point in time. They're just manual tickets.
Okay, thank you.
Laszlo said he would send you with a square, though.
Hey, Adrian, it's Doug.
Yeah.
Hey, I will, as a member of the club, I will take a book and try and help sell those tickets.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the update, Adrian. And I echo your comments. Huge shout out to those club members who were able to volunteer at the event once, twice, some many times. Without you, we couldn't have made that happen. So thank you so much for your service. Changeover is happening on June 24th, and Matt has sent out details, so take a look at that email from Matt. Are there any other announcements? Hearing none. Next morning meeting, June 25th. There's no meeting because it follows right after changeover. So the following meeting announcement will be coming out soon. The Rotary Foundation, according to Arch Klumpf, who is the founder of the foundation, is not to build monuments of brick and stone. If we work on marble, it will perish. If we work on brass, time will efface it. But if we work upon immortal minds, if we imbue them with the full meaning of the spirit of Rotary, we're engraving in those tablets something that will brighten all eternity. A wise man and an amazing organization he started. And we've just seen the completion of the 2021 virtual convention, just finished this week. And if you didn't get a chance to see it, here are some highlights.
We hold titles like Doctor, Captain, Generation X, Coach, Rotarian.
Service above self is not just a motto. In these extraordinary times, there is no doubt that we must place increased emphasis on service. This is our opportunity to show the world what service above self means for Rotarians.
Another word for activism, love, an extension of our inability to sit idly by, moving us to amplify, aid, to set sail and search, to nurse wounds to health. This is how we were designed, parents of action, mentors of action, architects of action, building from what was passed down inside our DNA.
How does running a marathon relate to vaccination campaigns and the effort to end polio?
It takes seconds, it takes minutes, it takes hours, it takes weeks, and it takes months of pure sacrifice and training. On that hand, as far as polio is concerned, It's not our native event.
We've evolved across varied professions, passions, ideologies. We are a people of faith, of allegiances, balancing inheritance and discovery.
So if we cannot rely on what we learned in school, what we see on the television, or what we hear from friends, how can we get the world right? So we need data. And the good news is that most of that data actually exists today.
Conventions inspire us as we look back at the year gone by and motivate us for the year ahead. I do hope that the year ahead will be a safe and exciting one for each and every one of us.
Every day, carving ripples and reverb, an algorithm of our choices, our routines, every day in ways we don't even realize. We plant seeds unseen, the smallest cracks in our faces, releasing smiles, or the bold move driven by the indescribable vibration called humanity.
Pretty exciting, amazing, amazing organization that we have. And this is Birthdays and Anniversaries, brought to you by our very own Natalia. Natalia, if you wouldn't mind, please.
We have Isabel Adnaba on June 28th, and on June 29th, we have David Julie. Spouse and birthdays, we have Brian Lindgren. Dates June 24th, and we have spouse's name. We have Jason's wife, 6 years, June 20th. David Wolf, 49 years. Marlene Holman, 33 years. Don Ledner, 10 years. Joel Crossman, 11 years. Aunt Maria, 34 years, and Denise Calzalis, 12 years. So congratulations to all of you.
Nicely done, Natalia. Thank you very much. A long list of anniversaries. Congratulations to everyone. Our Sergeants at Arms, or maybe Sergeant.
Is Mark not on? There you are. Yes.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, I'm here.
How you doing, Mark?
Good. How are you?
I can't complain.
That's good.
This is our last gong show together. I mean, our last together.
What? Where did the year go?
It's been a good year.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun.
It's
a lot of finding people.
A lot of finding people. I've had a lot of fun with you. It's been a good year. I'm gonna miss it.
Perfect.
But you get to continue on, right? You're sergeant next year.
I am, yeah. So I'm going to take on, your legacy of finding everybody for any.
So why do I have a feeling this is going to be expensive for me? That's fair. I've earned it.
You taught me.
Karma's a bitch, and I'm sure that you're going to help her. Yeah,
exactly. So no, I'm excited because it's our last day together and scavenger hunt 50-50. I thought I'd do a little bit something different today. So everyone who's still involved is going to participate, and we're going to take just a little bit longer than normal, but I think it'll be worth it. So
awesome.
Jerry, Ian, Sandra, Jody, and Doug, and Anita, you're all going to participate. We're going to look through about 3 items, and then whoever can get those wins the pot. It's very simple, but I think it'll be fun to kind of pick out all the little things that I've come up with. So are we ready to go? Doug, did you have everything beside you? Yeah, I see the thumbs up. Perfect. Love it. So, okay. Find the last note you wrote yourself. So it could be like a to-do list. Maybe a love note. I mean, Mark Dixon said he sent to himself a thank you note.
Daryl's got it already. Daryl Baker had it instantly.
Perfect. You guys are so good. Okay, the next thing is a plant. Doesn't have to be alive. I know Daryl really is bad at watering his plants.
Jerry's got it.
Jerry's got it. Good, good. I think Doug is still looking. Oh, there we go, Daryl. That's a nice fake plant. I love it. He's got that 2 for 2. Okay, this one may be harder. Anita, what was the last YouTube video that you watched? Do you have the link?
I don't know how to get into YouTube even. Sorry, guys. but I do have my quarter here.
Oh, you have your quarter? Perfect. And then we'll just do one last one because, you know, it's fun. Just an item that starts with your letter of your name. Daryl can't find a dog.
A duck. A camel's got a duck.
Okay.
Oh God, Doug, I'm gonna have nightmares now because of that damn duck.
All right. So out of those participants, who has the most? Either shout it out or put it in the text.
Probably Doug.
I got all three.
There you go. Perfect. There were four, but good.
Yeah, Jerry.
All right, Jerry, that you're the big winner. And sorry, my spreadsheet here can't get to it. The big winner of $20.
Ooh.
Knowing Doug, he will turn that into 100 somehow. He'll do something with it. He'll buy lottery tickets or raffle tickets, and he'll win big money from it.
Yeah, Daryl's pretty lucky. Okay, that's my scavenger hunt 50-50. I'm hoping that in July we're gonna meet in person. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see if everyone gets their shots.
Yeah. Well. So for my last round of fining, my last day of handing out fines to everybody, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to fine anyone. Instead, I want to acknowledge that this is also President Mark's last meeting on Zoom with us. And I just want to ask for donations to the club from members, keeping the following in mind. We talk about service above self. And we all know that Mark came into this year with some really amazing ideas and some spectacular things he wanted to do with the club. But instead, he was faced with COVID. And so he took on service above his self goals. And he held this club together. He made it entertaining for us. He did something with Zoom that, quite frankly, I don't know anyone else that could have pulled it off. He really was the right man for the job this year. And even though it's not the job he wanted, he did it with gusto. And I challenge anyone to have heard him complain even once. So with that, I'm just going to ask people to e-transfer a couple bucks, $5 here and there, just to show your support for Mark. He's done an amazing job, and we're all very grateful. And with that, I'm out. Back to you, President Mark.
Thank you, John. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Amazing club. And we have done some amazing things together. It's been a different kind of year for sure, but next year is going to be even better. Don't forget, though, we are on social media and we are tearing up the interwebs. These meetings are on YouTube and we are connecting with each other on Slack, so don't forget about that. Yes, you are all simply the best. Thank you for everything that you do. Big shout out to our guest speaker, Ashley Morgan, our teacher of the month, Jen, inspirational moment, Alan, Natalia for her great work on birthdays and anniversaries, John and Mark for sergeants at arms, our guests, fellow Rotarians, and don't forget, if you need support, please, for yourself or for someone else, please reach out. Lynn King is our caring coordinator. She's doing great work behind the scenes. There are many online resources and we are almost there. Please join me in the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And will it be fun? Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing day. Have an awesome weekend.
You too.
See you at Changeover.
See y'all next week.
Next week is a different kind of week, I understand. So we'll see you in a different format probably. Have a great weekend.
Next week.
Change over.
Correct.
24th.
Yeah.
See you then.